riding in the cold can be fun, but it can also be really miserable if you don't prepare for it. So the first thing you need to know is that your dirt bike requires different jetting to run in colder weather. So when the air is colder, it's going to run leaner, and that means there's too much air and not enough fuel for it to burn efficiently and reliably. So if you run it too long, too hard on lean jetting, it's going to burn the piston down, even though it's cold weather. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but that's how jetting works. So you need to richen it up if your jetting is already good. And if you want to learn how to get started jetting your dirt bike in just a few minutes, whether it's 2-stroke or 4-stroke, I got a free guide. It's in the description below. But the next thing that you need to know is obviously you need warmer gear. But you don't want to dress up like the Michelin Man and not be able to move at all. So what do? You don't use a snowmobiling suit. You want to layer down. So using proper thinner layers will help keep your heat in while giving you the best mobility possible. So an underlayer, keeping the heat in and wicking the moisture away is really important for your upper body and even your legs to keep you like. You can even use some long underwear for your legs as long as you don't get too sweaty. But if you're going to get sweaty, then you want some moisture wicking material. So then you want to go to your mid layer, which depending on if you have body armor or not, you want to have some moisture wicking wool or fleece. And then you can have an outer layer shell, which is basically a windproof, waterproof, weatherproof jacket. And then for your gloves, you can use a little bit bulkier dirt biking gloves. You don't want to use big mitts because obviously you can't control the levers and the throttle very well. So one tip is using some latex gloves, so basically surgical gloves underneath. It won't give you a lot of heat, but it'll keep in heat a little bit better and block out the wind. And then you can also use some hippo hands that cover your grips and levers. This will really keep your hands warmer as long as you don't mind not being able to see your levers and throttle. And then for your feet, obviously some thicker, really nice wool socks will help a lot. And then for your face, just a simple balaclava and then a neck warmer and then some goggles that won't fog up on you easily, so some fog-proof lenses. Third, you want to warm up your dirt bike properly. So it's not only important to warm it up in warmer weather, but it's even more important in colder weather because it's going to take longer, sometimes a few minutes longer. And if you start riding your dirt bike really hard when it's too cold, when the engine is not fully warmed up, it's going to do a lot more damage on it because the internal engine parts, they're different materials and different thicknesses, so they expand at a different rate. And if some parts expand too quick, so if the piston expands quicker than the cylinder, it's basically going to grow into the cylinder and cause a lot of friction, and if you warm it up too fast, it could cold seize the engine. So taking that little bit extra time to warm up the engine until it's nice and hot before you really get on it is one of 3 tips that I always teach to prevent catastrophic engine failures. And if you want to get the other 2, I have a download that you can get on my website. It's in the description below. And this is Kelly Fager from Motocross Hideout. Learn more, ride more, so that you can stay safe and have fun for many years to come.